Welcome. Today we are diving into a rare but powerful phenomenon, interbreeding between species in the animal kingdom, and how scientists have used this to save endangered animals. Interbreeding or hybridization happens when two different species mate and produce offspring. Sometimes these hybrids are sterile, like mules, tiger, liger, and tigon, but other times they are fertile and can help save a species from extinction and have new and improved genetic diversity. Sometimes animals do it within a species, like naturally, or they also do it naturally within completely different orders and class, like full separate distinctive species, like this case of the monkey who is actually going places. Nature is crazy, but in animals such behavior is entertained, not in humans. Coming back, the hormonal surge experienced by the Japanese macaques during the breeding season and the close proximity between him and the sika deer, because we have seen that the monkey rides the deer. So that could be a sexual manifestation and a hidden urge for him to literally ride the deer. This is actually a paper authored by Professor Pelé. You could see it in the link in the description. Now, coming back to our interbreeding experiments, which actually saved some of the really endangered species, and these species are really endangered. So if you spot one, please try to save it. Number one, the leaf frog miracle. One cool example is the endangered leaf frogs. A scientist at the Manchester Museum in England allowed the two species of endangered Central American leaf frogs housed within the same chamber to interbreed to better understand how closely these parents are related. It resulted in hybrids with unique colors and survival advantages. Some hybrids could reproduce, helping boost their population's genetic diversity. This was a match made in lab heaven. The parents, Agalychnis annae and Agalychnis moreletii, wouldn't cross paths on their own since they occupy different regions in Central America. In the past 30 years, populations of endangered leaf frogs have completely vanished, particularly at cooler, higher elevations. Number 2. The red wolf rescue. Red wolves are actually hybrids of gray wolves and coyotes. In the wild, their populations were near extinct, but captive breeding programs involving hybrid wolves helped bring them back. Today, red wolves still exist thanks to these efforts, although hybridization continues to be monitored very closely because of, again, the passage of diseases and the traits of the actual wolf being suppressed. Number 3. Ethiopian wolves and domestic dogs. Ethiopian wolves, critically endangered, sometimes breed with domestic dogs. While some hybrids survive, scientists worry because fertile offspring might dilute the pure wolf genetics, complicating conservation. Furthermore, dogs can transmit diseases like rabies and canine distemper virus (CDV) to wolves, leading to significant mortality rates. Conservation efforts include sterilizing known hybrids to minimize further hybridization and to protect the genetic integrity of Ethiopian wolf population. So this is selective practice. Not all dogs get to nail an Ethiopian wolf, or the other way around. Number 4. European wildcats versus domestic cat. In Europe, wildcats often interbreed with the domestic cats. These hybrids are fertile and have traits from both species. Now, eventual hybridization leads to the swamping of the distinctive wildcat genes, same as number 3, the Ethiopian wolf interbreeding. Because these distinctive genes of the wildcat, such as their behavior and appearance, lead to a more domesticated phenotype, reducing the genetic diversity of the wildcat population. So, conservationists work to breed pure wildcats in captivity to preserve the species. Hybrid cats may not be as well adapted to the wild environment as pure wildcats, but still they are practiced just because of pets, potentially impacting their survival and the overall ecosystem. So they can be good as pets, but to survive against nature, I think you're gonna need the pure wildcat genes. Number 5. The Clymene Dolphin. Nature's new species. The Clymene Dolphin is a natural hybrid of the spinner dolphin and the striped dolphin. Unlike many hybrids, it is actually very fertile and now recognized as a separate species. A great example of hybridization leading to a new species in the wild. The beauty of nature tells us that sometimes breaking the rules is actually for the good. Number 6. Polar bears and grizzly bears. The result is Pizzly bears. Due to climate change, polar bears and grizzly bears are interbreeding more frequently. Their offspring, called Pizzly bears, are fertile and display unique traits mixing the behaviors and the colors and the looks of both parents, the build and everything. Scientists study how this affects both species survival. Polar bear is actually very vulnerable, while grizzly bear is the least concerned. Right? So they have a pre-ritual of fighting 1v1, and the one who submits gets to stay on the top. The Wholphin, a rare ocean hybrid. Rare hybrids like the Wholphin, born of false killer whale and bottlenose dolphin, have occurred in captivity, producing fertile offspring. It's a fascinating example of hybrid viability in marine mammals, just like the previous case of two dolphins we saw. So, while hybridization can boost genetic diversity and give a good chance to an endangered species to save itself from extinction, it also has the risks. Hybrids might lose pure genetic traits because it depends on the genetic signature, dominance, and adaptability. And sometimes the offspring are sterile, limiting the long term survival, which is our ultimate focus. So scientists carefully weigh these factors in the conservation programs, like they use a combination, use crossbreeding where it works in the species, in the endangered species, like the case of the leaf frog. Excellent results. Let's hope there are no further mutations. And they use pure breeding, like between the same species, members of the same species, like the case of Ethiopian wolf, where the population is endangered. So their best approach is to just catch them, male and female, create an ecosystem, put them as captives, and invoke mating. So that's the only way we can preserve the species. We have technologies like the gene editing and cloning, but I think it's still a long way until we can actually revive a species which has long gone extinct. So that's all for today. Thank you.